Hello students, and welcome to this week's video message. When I was in youth group, twice a year I can remember us having an event that we called a lock-in. Now having a lock-in was always such a fun time. For a lock-in, we would get to the church around 7 o'clock at night, and we would stay up all night doing things like playing games, singing worship songs, watching movies. It was always such a fun time. Now something else I can remember about the lock-in was how tired I would be the next day, because remember, I would get to the church at 7 o'clock at night and then just stay up all throughout the night into the morning, and I can just remember how tired I was the next day. Lock-ins were typically on Friday night and they went into Saturday morning, so my whole Saturday was pretty much shot after that. I'd come home after a lock-in and I would rest, probably wake up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I couldn't go to sleep for the next night. So really for the next couple of days, my sleeping schedule would be screwed up. I used to be so worn down by staying up so late on those days. Now, as we move into our Bible time, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you think that your spirit can get tired? Let's open our Bibles to Matthew chapter 11, and let's read verses 28 through 30. It reads, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light.'" So, to answer the question that I asked earlier is, I think the answer would be yes. Yes, I think our spirits can become tired at times. In verse 28, Jesus said that if we are tired, and if we have something that's heavy that's on our shoulders, and or something that's heavy that's weighing us down, that he will give us rest from that. In the next verse, Jesus says to take my yoke upon you. A yoke is something that is heavy, and it would be attached to something to be pulled, and it would fit over the shoulders of an ox. So there would be a lot of weight that would be behind it. That's what he meant by yoke. But Jesus tells us that we should take his yoke, take upon his yoke. With Jesus' yoke, yeah, there's still going to be challenges, there's still going to be work to be done, but with Jesus' yoke, we can trust that it won't break us. It won't break us like the yoke of man, like the yoke of sin will. Something else about Jesus' yoke is that when it comes to Jesus' yoke, it's a shared yoke, and we no longer have to carry 100% of the load. Jesus is more than willing to help us out. Now, I know that whoever's watching this video, there's a good chance that you're younger, and you probably have a lot of energy. I'm sure your teachers would agree with that. And right now, the weight that you feel, it might not be weighing you down, or it might not feel like too much, and you might not be too exhausted by it. But the weight will build. It will add up. So our encouragement is that we can learn from this video is that we no longer have to carry the weight alone, and we can find rest in Jesus. So for this week's discussion questions, here they are. Have you ever been so tired that all you wanted to do was go to sleep? Do you think your spirit can become tired? What is a yoke? What kind of things can weigh us down? And the last question, how can we find rest for our souls? So there's the discussion questions. Think about them this week. Think about them, try to answer them, and see what God has to say. Thank you for watching, everyone, and God bless.